see though. I mean, what characters are Boomie and Sandstorm gonna pick? We got Boomie with the Taros, and we have Sandstorm with the Nash. All right, or not Nash. Is that Nash? Devil Knight. Yeah, Nash. Spear and hammer. Yep. All right, round one, ladies and gentlemen. Round one. Should be really dope here. Is that 10-4 Sol?
3, 2, 1, brawl.
It might be. If not, it's 9 guaranteed. But anyways, we're hopping around one here. They're going to. So this map's more platform based. They're hard stick platforms, but they're very soft in the sense you just go through them very quickly compared to some other maps. So that might be an advantage there for Santy and Snowy, but it really depends here. Depends on what they really want to try to go for. If they want to go for more team-based combos, that's more of a flat-based map. I mean, they can do it, especially here, because of the center, but they need to take platform control. And that's one thing that we're... Oh, that was really nice combo coming to Snowy and Santy with that two-piece there on Boomie. Oh! All right, there... What? Raggy, what the was that? So Boomie gets knocked out the first stock, and then Snowy almost knocks out Sandstorm, and then Sandstorm comes back and knocks out Santy, and Boomie loses his second stock. What? Boomie, what the f? He already lost that second stock within a period of a minute. Very nice job coming out of the blue team. Also knocking out Sandstorm with that first stock there. But right now, Boomie goes ahead and knocks out Snowy's first stock there as well. So right now, blue team with a 1 stock lead. If they focus on Boomie and knock him out, they can possibly 2v1 Sandstorm.
Deal that damage. They've been very consistent and trying to find those hits, and the red team sadly have just not really been finding those means of trying to get a team combo out as effective as they are at trying to efficiently kill. They just haven't really been able to do that yet, and it looks like right now it is going to be Sandstorm that has to deal with a 2v1 scenario against Snowy and Santy. And it looks like right now a nice, beautiful downlight into recovery coming in from Sandstorm to hit Snowy, but Snowy just throwing his axe, and he is going to be unarmed here. The hammer is going to be holding, is going to be what Sandstorm is going to be holding on to right now, but sadly, a nair from Snowy is going to be enough for him to take that stock away, and now it's going to be 4 stocks that Sandstorm has to deal with here. And it's Santy and Snowy just trying to go for these juggles, but it looks like a reversal is going to happen as he is going to be able to find a recovery of his own with that spear. That is going to believe this getting a lean to Santy losing that second stock. Now Sandstorm just dodging in, trying to get out, picking up that hammer, trying to hold on to that top platform here, but sadly Snowy's going to be able to find that Ensig, and that is going to be the stock that he takes away to take that round for the blue team.
Yeah, if this keeps on going the way it is, we might be going into a grand finals reset. I mean, keep in mind, Snowy and Santy have already kind of faced Boomie and Sandstorm on winner's side, but it's completely different than what we saw, right? It was down to the wire for a lot of these rounds. If this is a 3-stock lead coming out of the blue team, I'm stunned here. We'll have to see. Round 2, though, same characters, which I'm kind of surprised about. But yeah, so now blue team knows to focus on Boomie and then 2v1 Sandstorm. So we might be seeing a lot of that here. And maybe the complete opposite as well. Maybe they're going to focus on Sandstorm since Boomie's easy to knock out. Who knows?
Looks like right now the red team is being forced off the stage by Snowy and Sandstorm, but Boomie always ready, just trying to find that X-pivot side air whenever he possibly can, whenever he is being punished, or well, when he's trying to find the punish, that is, when trying to be forced off the stage. Really good place coming in from Boomie to try to preserve that stock. Looks like right now Snowy's going to be sadly the first one to fall. Downlight to Cider coming in from Sandstorm is not going to be enough to take Santy out, but Boomie, however, with that axe is going to be able to find that Sayer that will be closing that stock off. And now it's going to be Sandstorm that might be next, as he's already leaning a little bit further into that red. As Snowy is just trying to float around, trying to find a recovery, but Santy able to find a downlight into side air, and Snowy able to find a move to take away that stock from Sandstorm. But Boomie now is going to be probably the next focus for the blue team. But it Right now, Sandstorm is doing a really good job at trying to stick alive, but Boomie sadly gets caught by that nair from Snowy, and now everybody's going to have 2 stocks all.
Yeah, and I'll be honest here. I mean, now the red team is starting to fire back a lot. They really, really are, and I think blue team could definitely pop off, but Sandstorm is what I think the blue team's really worried about here. I wouldn't blame them, to be honest with you. You can see them starting to move around and starting to dodge a little bit more. But you can see, like, the blue team is focusing a little bit more on the Boomie, and when they do that, Sandstorm's not really focused on, which allows for the red team to get these second stock knockouts. But then the blue team's like, you know what? Let's knock out Sandstorm of that second stock as well. And red team try to find a knockout option on the Boomie as well to make it even. But right now, it seems like Boomie's going to stick with that stock for a little bit. I think the blue team is going to really focus on Sandstorm here, and you can see that already. Yeah, there we go. I can see why. Oh no! Sandstorm falling all the way down by mistake. This is now a 2v1 scenario. He fast fell and didn't have any more jumps. Oh, this is so unfortunate. Snowy with the knockout there on Boomie's second stock. That wasn't intentional, I can say that. That was like, oh no, type scenario. Oh, that's so bad. I feel bad for him. Oh. All right, let me...
Now, Boomie is going to have to deal with this 2v1 scenario. Everybody's already in that orange, but Boomie sadly doesn't have a weapon in Santy and Snowy right now. Snowy with a nice, beautiful play coming in from him that actually does lead to the Gimp. A dash jump into ground pound weapon toss that will actually lead to him taking that stock. Really unexpected from Snowy, just popping out there. And that is going to be the round for the blue team once again.
All right, and we're going to be going into game 3 right now, Jack. Game 3. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't think they're going to I don't think Boomie and Sandstorm would be there. It's like, oh, let's let this happen type of deal. I think it's more like, oh, what the heck? I didn't mean to do that. So I think they're going to pop off for this round and try to do the reverse 3. But... oh, what is going on? All right. Oh, Sandstorm with the combo there on the Snowy. Snowy's still alive, though. Nice little 2-piece. Snowy tries to go for the ground pound. Sandstorm says otherwise gets the recovery into Nair with Spear. And you can see Sandstorm going in for these little 2-piece combos. And Snowy spot dodging out of a lot of them. I'm realizing that a little bit. Nice dare by Snowy on the Boomie. Boomie. Oh. Sandstorm. Oh, Boomie the Nair there on the Snowy. Snowy losing the first stock. Santy's by himself here in this 1v2 scenario so far. But Santy gets a grab out knockout unarmed. Tries to go in unarmed to get Sandstorm, but then realized who he was facing and let Snowy try to deal with him a little bit. But then Santy comes in. Not Santy. Santy tries to really approach Sandstorm, but Sandstorm says otherwise, grabs his spear and doesn't dare knock it on Santy's first stock as well. Then you have Sandstorm losing that stock to Snowy. So it's close, man. It's very, very close here.
100% agree. Everybody now is already at that 2 stocks, but as you can see, it's not really becoming too biased. Both teams are really eliciting both their just competency in not only their weapons, but also in their teamwork. They're able to really come in there, go for the saves, or try to interrupt some kind of combos that could be popping off for either the red or the blue team. And especially right there, as you can see, especially with Santy in his movement, he's been able to really dodge in and dodge out alongside with Boomie and Sandstorm. But Snowy as well has been really showing what he can do with Zal. Finding those dares, finding those nairs, and especially with all of that damage that he's holding on to with Zal right now, that's really, really big for him to try to really bring the damage deficit that can be brought upon them from Boomie and Sandstorm a little bit more tighter. It looks like right now, Santy's trying to find those dares onto Boomie, but Boomie doing a really good job with the unarmed dare that will sadly be taking that stock away from Santy. And now, Boomie's going to be the only person on the field with the second stock, and everybody else is going to be under final. It looks like right now, Sandstorm just trying to stay safe in a way, but Boomie's going to be taken away from Santy, and now everybody's going to be on their final stock, but sadly, I think that was the end that from Bryn on that spear. Just enough force to take the kill onto Sandstorm. And now Boomie's going to be in a familiar situation, a 1v2, but this time everybody's going to be on their final stock. And Snowy right now just trying to show that cannon strength on those soft platforms, and he's trying to prevent Boomie from trying to get back to the stage here. A nice, beautiful side light, trying to lead for something. A weapon toss from Snowy, but Boomie right now holding onto that hammer, finding a dare, trying to go for the switch to the axe, but it's going to be prevented as now both players on the blue team have axe.
Dude, this rage. The amount of rage they're just trying to cover with the axe is insane. It's removing all Boomie's options here. And then Santy comes in with a spear dare into a weapon throw knockout. And Snowy and Santy, 3-match Boomie and Sandstorm in grand finals, allowing them to go ahead and do a grand finals reset. Very nice job. Let's go ahead and update this real fast. That's a big deal. I mean, whether or not, like, I don't know, it's gonna be really dope to see. Let's go ahead and save this here. So, oh, now they're swapping the characters. Now they're swapping in grand finals reset. We got Sandstorm with Mordex, and then Boomie coming in with one of the Ninja Turtles. I'm just gonna say that. I think it's Spear and Scythe. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's see it. Right now, looks like Santy's trying to go in crazy with the axe. And Snowy's cannon, if you guys don't remember, back in the day, Snowy used to main cannon hardcore, and then it got nerfed hard. But even after those nerfs, Snowy's going absolutely crazy with that Zol pick no matter what. It's amazing to see this come out of Snowy and him working with Santy, who Santy is going crazy with the axe so far. Just do so well is insane. I will say though, red team had a big lead. They lost a little bit of it as we speak. Can the blue team try to knock this out here? Oh my gosh, they just saved Boomie. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, smart movement coming out of the red team, but either way, Boomie's still getting knocked out in the first stock. Uh-oh, Snowy hitting his own teammate. Make sure they can't grab the weapon, or make sure that Sandstorm can't get the weapon, but he still is able to grab one. Unfortunately, Boomie with the Mirage downstairs knockout there on Snowy's first stock. And then Santy comes in with the recovery on Sandstorm, but Boomie says otherwise with the recovery onto Santy, making it 2 stocks. Oh, this is such a dope set so far. Oh my goodness.
Agreed. Both teams have been doing a really good job right now at trying to bring this game to a close, but it looks like both teams are really going head on, especially the blue team. Snowy and Santy, there's just something that's kind of clicked. Their movement's getting a little bit more snappy, and their moves are just hitting more and more often. That pinpoint accuracy is starting to come back, and the red team now is having a little bit of difficulties at trying to maintain the lead that they know that they can possibly have here. And especially with this reset, maybe it was the plan, try to get the blue team's mental really, really nice and positive, showing them that they can take that reset, especially with the characters that they picked. But as you can see here with this character swap, that might be a little bit different. This is going to be the double scythe that we were seeing from earlier, and we haven't seen the blue team really go up against this for quite some time, so we're just going to have to see if they're going to be able to adapt. But man, there it is. A nice, beautiful 2-piece coming in from the red team that will be confirming that stock onto Santy. And now it's going to be everybody with their final stock except for Sandstorm that will be holding on to his second still, but already in that red. The blue team just needs to do one of 2 things. Try to even out the stocks, or try to make sure they can bring it into a 1v2 scenario, or maybe try to confirm with some kind of team combo if they can get both of the blue players in it. But right now it's going to be very, very difficult, as everybody's movement right now is on par. They're really dodging accordingly. They're trying to get in and out, and they're making it very, very hard for any of those moves to get hit on them.
Yeah, and I mean, realistically, I was going to bring up that Boomie, if they knock out Boomie, it's a 1v2 scenario. So that's probably going to be the best bet for the blue team as we speak. Usually they would focus on the other opponent and then go ahead and just try to knock them out at the same time type ordeal. But right now, based off the way it's set up, they knock out Boomie. Now it's a 2v1 scenario between Santy and Snowy versus Sandstorm. And that neutral signature is going to go and knock out Sandstorm. And that will be a point for Snowy and Santy. They have won 4 rounds in a row against these players. Now, I'm kind of interested to see Okay, so it's the same characters again. I don't know. I don't know if Boomie and Sandstorm are actually holding back or if they're actually playing hard against Santy and Snowy. Because this is insane right now. Props to Santy and Snowy on dealing with this either way. 4 rounds in a row against these players is insane. Alright, so Santy's still with the Brim. We still have Boomie with the Donatello, which is going to be that Mirage crossover. And we have Sandstorm with that Tai Lung Mordex crossover. So now we're swinging on Snowy here. Let's see what Snowy chooses. I think realistically they should stay with that Zul pick until they lose a round. Then if they have a pocket pick they really want to use, then go for it, right? But keep on using the thing that works. So we'll have to see, but right now we're swinging on them really, really fast. But this is going to be dope. What do you think about this set so far there, Ocean?
It's definitely getting more and more interesting as Snowy is trying to hold on to that main that he's kind of long forgotten. He's really getting back into the groove with Zul. And we do see Santy just utilizing those signatures whenever needed, especially N-Sig on Spear or side signature or N-Sig on Axe. He's really getting in there to try to confirm and get those kills. And at the same time, Snowy's been really racking the damage that is allowing for Santy to get those kills if needed. But for Boomie and Sandstorm, there's just something about the synergy that's kind of starting to get there to the top, but there's just something that's possibly holding them back. Maybe it might be the maps. It might be the kind of adaptive playstyle that Santy and Snowy are starting to elicit. But right now, Boomie and Sandstorm have to find something to solve their problem. And their problem right now is that they can't seem to get around for themselves.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll have to see how it goes next round. We'll have to see if they were holding back, because this is where they would have to, unless they're going to go pop off at the ending round and try to do reverse 3. I mean, blue team is just wrecking right now. I'm not going to be honest. The amount of, look at this, man! What in the fuck? Blue team! The amount of attacks with, oh! Snowy! Phenomenal knockout on the Boomie! Now blue team is popping off. They're saying, F that, we want this badly. Now they are trying their butts off. And you can see it in their gameplay. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh, Sands with that silent recovery. Snowy by themselves here. Gotta be careful about this. Oh, maybe get another stock on Boomie. Oh. Snowy knows that the approach Sandstorm, yeah, they're gonna get knocked out. Snowy gets knocked out of that first stock. Oh, Santy, watch out, brother, watch out. Oh, shit. It's gonna be close, man, I don't know. It'll be very, very close.
Snowy's doing such a phenomenal job with that cannon, really applying the pressure, and especially with earlier, when Santy was in a very sticky situation, there was a rotation coming in from Snowy that was allowing for Santy to hold on to that second stock for a little bit longer. And it looks like right now Boomie is going to have to be a little bit scared. He's been trying to lead one of the blue team members to the left side of the stage to go for some kind of gimp, but just nothing's really working out for him at the moment. And the same thing for Sandstorm. Sandstorm is a little bit untouched here, but he has been having a lot of trouble trying to find that kill onto Santy. Looks like right now, finally, Boomie's going to be able to find that kill. It is going to be from a recovery. And that ground pound coming in from Sandstorm is just not going to be enough to take Snowy out just yet. Snowy is holding on to that orcish, brutish power and just trying to hold on for dear life as he's just really sticking on to that second stock. And now Boomie's going to be on his funnel alongside Santy. And now both teams are going to have to be a little bit worried. Who is going to be losing that second stock first?
Yeah, and it does look like Snowy does go ahead and lose that second stock there. But there's a lot of team damage that the red team's doing. I think when blue team takes advantage of that, keeps the red team really, really close now. I think red team can work both close and far ranges. However, if you hit the red team really close right now and do what you're doing like that, that is going to lead into knockouts. We have Sandstorm losing that second stock. However, Boomie gets sided by Snowy and Sandstorm is by himself here against Santy and Snowy. Snowy trying to do that down signature. Oh, gets that two-piece. Oh, and Santy with the dare there onto Sandstorm. Sandstorm right now into the yellow. Trying to make sure he doesn't take too much, but Snowy's gonna be a little bit more aggressive than Santy because Santy is in the orange right now. You can see that Sandstorm is trying to really focus there on Santy a little bit. Nice side air by Snowy. I see a jump ground pound. Oh, why did you hold the signature? Oh. Nice down light coming out of Snowy. Silent light by Sandstorm coming in. He's controlling that edge very well. It's gonna be down on the wire. Really, really is. Look at this, man. Oh, that was an amazing team combo coming out of the blue team. We're now going to game 3 with Snowy and Santy having another point to their name. 2 points in the lead. That was amazing. And I kind of thought that Sandstorm was trying at that last ending part in his 2v1 scenario, but that team combo was so pristine, man. My gosh. Very nice job coming out of the blue team. But will Sandstorm and Boomie come back? That's the real question here. So let's see how it goes. Good luck.
3, 2,
And may the odds be in your favor.
brawl.
All right, the blue team sadly are not going to be starting off with their weapons. It's going to be Boomie and Sandstorm doing a really good job here, trying to make sure they can go for the weapon star. But it looks like right now, finally, Snowy and Santy are going to be holding on to that spear and that axe. But sadly, the damage has already been done. A side signature coming in from Sandstorm. No active input's going to be throwing him down to this bottom. And Santy's going to be losing that first stock. And now Boomie trying to do a little bit of work here, trying to lead the blue team members towards Sandstorm to try to find those team combos. And it looks like it's really showing because Snowy right now is leaning further and further into that orange. Snowy now getting pumped into the air. Team combo coming in from the red team, but sadly the spacing is going to be a little bit mismatched as Boomie's going to be missing that side signature. And now Snowy already in that deep red, but able to find some kind of means to take out stock away. And now Boomie's going to be losing it. He's going to be now on his second. And now Santy not going to contest Sandstorm off the stage there, but now sadly Snowy's going to be losing that first stock. And now Santy trying to work with something unarmed against Boomie off stage, but it's not going to be leading into anything. And Sandstorm is trying to keep Snowy busy, but Snowy acting with that recovery is going to be taking that stock away from Sandstorm, and now it's going to be a stock advantage for the red team.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, the red team is focusing on Santy right now, and that's where I think is doing a lot of the lead that they currently have. Santy does need to be aware that the red team is focusing on them, and they do need to make sure that they're not being as aggressive, because they are on that last stock. If Santy gets knocked out early, it's a 2v1 scenario for Snowy, and Snowy's not going to have fun with that. We do have Snowy going down to that last stock as well. Oh, and the red team trying to do this team combo on the Santy. They knocked Santy into the orange, did a lot of damage, but we'll have to see what comes out of the blue team. No team combos. They popped off last round, man. I want to see that happen again if they want to make this a 6-0, but based off of that, I don't know. We do have Santy losing that last stock, and Snowy getting team combo by the red team. Oh! Oh! Very nice job coming out of the red team there, getting that point to their name. We're going into game 4 as we speak. Snowy and Santy originally having a 2-match lead. This is still very possible for Snowy and Santy to beat Sandstorm and Boomie, who are the top players in the world in the official events. What's gonna happen here? Oh my god. Alright. Santy with the Brand, Snowy with the Zal, Boomie with the Donatello, which is the Mirage crossover, and then once again, Sandstorm with the Tai Lung Mordex crossover. Regarding 8-4, I think Santy is now aware of what's going on. This is going to be the make or break it round. Oh, it's going to be a make or break it round, I think. Let's see, chat. Let's see. All right. What do you think about this set so far, though, Ocean? Oh my gosh, dude. It's just been phenomenal so far, at least. But what's your opinion on it?
For the years that I've been watching Brawlhalla tournaments and finally being able to see something like this in a community tourney in person and commentating for it, it's just kind of crazy to see some of my, like, in a sense, quote-unquote childhood heroes just having a lot of trouble here against Santy and Snowy. But honestly, I'm going to give it to them. They're doing a really good job because Boomie right now is already in that red, and especially from the huge amount of pressure that Snowy's offering onto Sandstorm, that's just crazy. The recovery from Snowy's axe is going to be taking Boomie's first stock, and now Sandstorm's going to have the only first stock to his name on the red team. The blue team basically untouched, doing a really phenomenal job right now at trying to tame and keep the red team at bay. But at the same time, it looks like right now Sandstorm is trying to go for those really huge strings with that scythe, but just nothing's really happening with that momentum. He's not really going to be able to really hold it. And as you can see, Snowy trying to hold on to that consistency, trying to go for the gimp onto Boomie, but sadly that ground pound gets caught by the recovery from Boomie, and now Boomie's going to try to make this turn around as he's starting to focus onto Santy, finding that Sair. Santy finally falls, and now it's going to be Snowy all alone here to try to deal with that final stock that he has, or with that first stock that he has against the red team. It's going to be 5 stocks all, but both him and Sandstorm are already in the red.
So fucking close, man. And I'll be honest with you, blue team has the advantage. But I think one thing they need to do, focus on to Boomie. That is the main deal here. They can do the 2v1 combos. We've seen it go like crazy. We do have Sandstorm getting knocked out of the first stock. That's where the blue team needs to focus on to Boomie right now. Oh, Boomie! Dodging that jump ground pound. Santy almost knocking out his teammate, but Snowy coming back with some vengeance there, knocking Boomie into the lower red. Big deal. Santy saving Snowy with that down lane. Very smart move. Oh, but then knocking out Snowy as well. Santy really wanted to go for it. He felt like he was going to knock one of the red team members along with Snowy. But anyway, Snowy on a clean side. Boomie getting knocked out of that second stock there. This is where the blue team can pop off a little bit onto Sandstorm, but Santy, dude, Santy, you're fucking demolishing. You guys are demolishing Boomie. Boomie is just having a rough time right now. Sandstorm knocking out Santy's second stock, but this is huge. This is another half stock lead for the blue team all the way towards the end, and Santy just has to keep that stock alive right now. It's down to the wire here, man.
Yeah, it's really hard to see what it is that the red team is going to be able to do here, as the blue team is just pressure is just really on edge here, just especially with Snowy just doing a really good job at trying to get that stuff right onto Boomie, but Boomie's going to be able to find that recovery that allows him to find that chase dodge up, and sadly Snowy's going to be losing that stock, and now it's going to be a stock advantage for the red team, but really by how much? It looks like it's now going to be finally going down to the 1v2 scenario, something that I think Snowy just didn't really want to deal with here, but finally, at least, he does have a little bit of leverage. Boomie is going to be on that final stretch of that final stock, and at least he was able to find that dash jump side air that will be taking Sandstorm to the final as well. And Snowy just barely touched on his final. This is going to be really, really huge as Snowy can try to confirm the kill onto Boomie and bring this into a 1v1 scenario. But it looks like a team combo was about to get started up, but sadly Boomie does get the read wrong and miss inputs or something to find that D-light that didn't connect. And Snowy with that axe in between the red members. And that is going to be that. A round for the red team coming in. That beautiful team combo that Snowy sadly falls victim to. And it is going to be the end sig coming in from Sandstorm that will be finishing off that combo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a grand finals reset sudden death match. Dude. Oh my god. This is a Moose Wars. Snowy and Santy have one final opportunity to beat Boomie and Sandstorm in this tournament.
3, 2, 1.
They can 100% do it. But they need to make sure, and Boomie's dropping a lot. If Sandstorm and Boomie start keeping up with Boomie's stock, I think it's going to be still very close, but I think, oh my gosh, Santy's already knocked Sandstorm into a low red. Oh my god! Pop off, James! Yo! This is going crazy right now. Snowy's saving himself from Boomie. Oh my lord. Right now, I don't know what to really say here. We do have blue team with the advantage. Now, I will say though, Santy is hitting Snowy a little bit a lot. He's going in for risky stuff, but I think that's what's going to take realistically to win. But we'll see. All right, Snowy right now by himself here against. Oh my gosh, Boomie knocking out Sandstorm. Oh, and the blue team with a two-piece combo on the Boomie's first stock. Blue team with the lead. Close, very, very close.
With the red team with that 2-stock disadvantage, they're having a lot of trouble trying to close these stocks right now. And the blue team, however, doing a phenomenal job at trying to find these team combos. This, sadly, it's going to be Santy that will be losing that stock and alongside his teammate. Both of them now are going to be under second, and only the red team right now is going to be in that orange. But that's not going to be that bad of a damage deficit for the red team. As you can see now, they are starting to finally wake up a little bit. They are finding a few of those hits that they really needed to try to bring that damage in. But at the same time, they're just not really finding those team combos like the blue team. The blue team right now just doing a really, really great job getting into position, trying to find those hits that they really need. But it looks like right now, Boomie just trying to space them out, finding those siders when needed, and trying to keep the blue team at bay. And sadly, Snowy is going to be falling victim to that signature coming out of Sandstorm. And Boomie as well is going to be smacked by the Bryn coming in from Santy. And now with everybody at 3 stocks, this is coming closer and closer into a very, very tight situation. Signature after signature, Boomie finding a side signature that will be taking Santy's second stock. And now it's going to be only Sandstorm with his second. But sadly, that's going to be taken away as well. And now everybody's going to be on their final stock. What's going to happen here? We're just going to have to wait and see.
Oh, Santy, you got to save your teammate. There you go. Dude, this is so close between both these players right now. Oh, there's a lot of team damage from the blue team. Oh, Santy saving his teammate with that signature. Smart move. Oh, but double recovery coming out of Sandstorm. Blue team needs to knock out one of the red team members here. Snowy. Oh, Sandstorm almost knocking out Boomie. Oh my gosh. They're both on edge. Sandstorm unable to come back. Blue team with the opportunity. Against the neutral light. Santy with the edge guard against Boomie here. But Boomie, oh, getting the down sig. Santy versus Boomie. Oh, coming in with a dare. Oh, and there you have it. Santy and Snowy beating Boomie and Sandstorm. Grand Finals reset. Sudden death match. Oh! Good Lord, congratulations!